My name is Carter Mitchell, and I am the orthopedic surgeon and co-founder of FitSense technology. If we move this thing forward. There we go. I think it's very important that you all know why I'm here today. I'm here today because sports medicine doctors like myself have seen a dramatic increase in ACL injuries over the last decade. Researchers have called this an epidemic, and it's an epidemic that's affecting our young female athletes at a much higher rate than all other athletes. But I want you to look beyond the numbers here. I want you to look at her face, because this is what I see in my office almost every day. It's the anguish that comes from this injury, and I don't care if you are a 14-year-old recreational soccer player or a 250-pound linebacker. When I'm going through the MRI, the rehab, the surgery, the complications, the tears start to come down their face. And what makes me so angry is that a vast majority of these ACL injuries are preventable. In 2005, Tim Hewitt from New Zealand came out with a research study that showed that if athletes land and their knee comes in to 8 degrees of valgus and they don't bend their knee to 80 degrees, they're at a significantly higher risk of tearing their ACLs. And this literature was award-winning and sparked some ACL prevention programs that do work, but the problem is cost and compliance. So it is amazing that we have an epidemic, but the people in here, if we band together, we know how to prevent so many of these injuries. So FitSense was founded to do this, and let me talk to you about the FitSense solution. This is a patent pending solution, sorry for the typo. We are developing yoga pants, compression pants, with embedded sensors and with IMU sensors as well. This will give us unparalleled sight into the knee angle. And this is going to really affect 3 things that I want you to think about: training, in-game injury prevention, and rehabilitation. Let's start with training. Practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. And using the FitSense app and compression pants, we'll be able to train athletes of all ages to land biomechanically correct. And that's very, very important as they participate in their sports. Next, in-game injury prevention. This is more revolutionary. Right now, we can't monitor athletes during competitions. Athletes injure themselves at a much higher rate in competitions due to fatigue. And for the first time, as we're monitoring the patient, we can see athletes drop their knee into that dangerous position. We can create a curve, and then we can pull those patients out of the competition, the basketball game, or even the soccer game, when they are at risk for tearing their ACL. The last one's very interesting as well: rehabilitation. Bundled payments are coming. They are working in joint replacement, and we know that this takes risk off the government and places it onto healthcare providers. And so therefore, more in rehab is not necessarily going to be better in the future. Using our system, athletes or any patient after total knee can train at home doing the physical therapy while being monitored by their physical therapist from afar. Those patients that are struggling can come in for more detailed training, which will help keep the quality metrics up. So let's see what an athlete does and how they train with FitSense. This is the app that we have, and let's say the athletic trainer or physical therapist or even the patient themselves realize that they need to work a little bit more on their knee strength. So they would go to the tuck jump here, they would see a video of exactly how to perform this exercise, and then they go ahead and do it with real-time feedback right there. And obviously, we're not going to tell an athlete, an 18-year-old, that their knee is falling in 8 degrees of valgus. But what we can do is use normal words to say, land with your knees apart, land softly. The great thing about this training is no one pays for prevention. But this also has been shown through studies that it will help performance. So we can pull the athletes in, the 18-year-olds in, with the confidence they're going to improve their performance, but also protect their knees. So what would this look like on the soccer field? Let's say that I'm going to play a pickup soccer game. My phone's in my bag. I check it at halftime. I can see, okay, I'm doing okay. My right knee occasionally is falling into a dangerous position, but everything's okay. At the end of the game, I would look over here and say, you know what, I need to get back and do some training, maybe a FIFA 11 plus training program, and strengthen my left knee. What really is revolutionary is if you have an athletic training staff or a coach. All this information can be fed to an iPad, and with a quick glance, see that maybe Julie Ertz, who's been in the World Cup, is tired and her knee is falling in, she's losing her biomechanics, and we need to pull her out before a serious injury occurs. So I've been over what we're going to do. Let's talk about some investor highlights. What FitSense is doing is democratizing sensor-based training. A lot of this stuff has been proven in the lab, but we're taking it out of the lab and taking it onto the field and giving it to many more patients of all ages. We have patent-pending technology that uses validated training programs, and we have a leadership team that has experience in wearables as well as interest in ACL injury prevention. We also have a strategic partnership with MedStar Health, which we spun out of. Who's the leadership team? I'm a director of sports medicine at MedStar Montgomery Medical Center near Washington, D.C. I trained down with Dr. Andrews in Birmingham. And really, since 2005, this slow hunch has been brewing in the back of my head about how to get this thing done, and that really launched FitSense in 2017. My partner, Tom Blackadar, has been in the wearables market for a very, very long time. He was really a pioneer. He was the one that developed the technology that licensed to Nike Plus. He has 40 patents in the field. We also have MedStar Health as part of our team. They've been very supportive of their Innovation Institute. And very interestingly, I proposed this project to biomedical engineering students at University of Wisconsin. 5 of them jumped on it immediately, 3 women, 2 men, and they are producing amazing work in their academic institution. So let's look at the market real quick. Wearables is exploding. It is a hot topic, $27 billion by 2022. And this quote really stuck out to me. The future is most definitely wearable as consumers show high levels of interest in bioelectric sensors and safety monitoring devices aimed at living healthier, safer, more productive lives. That's what we're trying to do here at FitSense. So that's a very big market. Let's go talk about our initial target market. There are about 25 million athletes in the United States, and we're going to approach that market through a B2B model. We want to target our big healthcare providers, college athletes. A product like this does need a champion, I think. It's a little bit more complicated, so an athletic trainer or a physical therapist to guide will be helpful. But one of the positives is the virility of this type of product. Athletes want to get better. If you're in a gym and you see another individual using compression pants and an app, that you're going to want to do that. We get one person on a soccer team, probably get the whole soccer team. We get the women's soccer team, we'll get the men's soccer team and basketball team.